One thing about job hunting that most people do is when they want to job hunt, they just send DMs to people telling them that, oh, I'm ready, especially from the country where I come from. Like I have people who DM me telling me that they need a job because I do job hunts and they're like, oh, they need a job, they do this. And there's something, and this some of these jobs are not really like remote, but if they should see like remote work, they will do it. But some of them don't really have experience. And that's why I always advise that um you should go for, if you're looking for something you could do remotely, something you can also be able to be getting paid and still learn while you're learning and still learn while you're making the money. I will say you should go for internship, like, and they have so many internship programs that you could apply for. But that's not why we are here. We are here for a purpose, and the purpose is job hunting. Now, there is something people used to do. I said it before, and this is how job hunting has been, like, it has been for me. Okay, so I started working at a very young age. It's not like I'm old, please. I'm still young. I am still very much young, but I started working at a very, very, very early stage, like from 14 to 15. And honestly, it has been a tough run. And all I can say is that I'm glad I'm in this position where I am working from home and I am making research, even though that I'm making research, I am building, I am just in the building phase, working phase, and I can see it going somewhere. So I'm speaking from an experience. Every story you hear from me, whatever you see here, is something I have experienced. So I started working at a very young age. The first company I worked for, I think I was around 15 years, but I can tell you for a fact that nobody has gotten a job for me. And most of the people I send DMs to and tell I need a job, I can tell you that they don't used to remember. And even if they see, sometimes it might not click to their head that, oh, this person actually told me that they need a job. And the person that wanted to help me to get a job, that's made an attempt to help me get a job, she took me there, and unfortunately for me, I wasn't accepted because I told them my real age, and I was 15 years then, and there are some companies that don't accept someone at that age unless you are 20 years. So I took the lesson I learned from there and I took it to other companies. I had to dress maturely, I had to dress well, I had to upgrade my CV, put it to 20 years. I know I needed the money. I know it's not something I was supposed to do, but I needed the funds. I wanted to make sure that I was able to meet up with things that I really wanted for myself. I used to say that I have potentials, so I didn't want it to just waste like that. So that was why I had to take that step, and I know I can do it. So that was why I took the step, and I went to so many other companies and I applied to them. I used to dress like, oh, I am ready for this. I am ready for an interview. You should call me up now. I also this mic is working. I am ready for an interview. You should call me now. That is how I used to dress and go to places I want to. I used to go to companies, supermarkets, stores, different places that my mind tell me to go. And I go there uninvited. And I go there just prepared. Like I say, I was going to get the job that day. And I can tell you that that strategy has helped me get 6 jobs, 5 jobs, and till I landed to the one I want. So I used to tell people that when you are looking for a job, I advise that you should go for something. If you want to go for something that you want and you don't see it, and you see the one available is something similar to what you want, just go for it. I can tell you that I've done so many jobs that is not even something that I wanted. But I always make sure that every job I apply for is something that will make me want to communicate with people. I have several experience in my jobs. I have worked as a security. I have worked as a kitchen assistant. I have worked as a receptionist, customer service. I've worked as a I've done so many. I've worked in accounting as a quality manager. I've done cleaners. I've done Uh, um, I've worked in companies where they produce smoothies. As a marketer, I have done as much as I've done. I cannot remember some, but these are the ones I can remember. And I am glad that I was able to like gather those experience. So I am making this video to like tell you that you can't just send DMs to people that you need job. You have to like make sure that you're putting out work. You've done your part, half of your part. That is half of your part. Nobody's going, if they do not even return back to you and tell you that, oh, there is no job, you need to stand up. You need to make sure that you are ready. You need to like go out there uninvited, go to that companies. If you are looking for a HR position, go to a place where you know that there will be HR teams. If you're looking for editor and a company where you can work as a sales rep, go to those companies. Sometimes some companies might not, they will be looking for someone, but it might be hard for them to get someone. But imagine you coming at that time, at that minute, unexpectedly. Should be told, if I have a company and I see somebody that walk up to me and come walk up to me prepared with what they have, honestly, I will employ the person, because the person, like, there was no referral. You came by yourself. That's somebody who is very, 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 very who is very, I can see as someone who will be consistent in their job. So for that person to walk up to me, I will honestly accept that person. So if you are job hunting, just make sure that you are going out there. Your whatever you're looking for cannot come to you immediately. Like, cannot come to you where you are. You have to, even as I'm working at home, I am making sure that I am sending like applications. Like, I can tell you that last year I sent close to 100 and some applications. This year I am doing more and more and more and more. I am sending applications for leadership. I'm sending grants. I am sending so many applications. And honestly, even if I've gotten some applications where I was rejected or I didn't even get any rejection or even successful application, I will still keep applying because I know that one day one will click. I've gotten jobs that I've gotten applications, successful applications where I didn't even put my mind. I was just like, oh, let me just do it. After all, that ones hasn't been working for me. So let's just see how this will work. I just applied nonchalantly and it came to me in a very unexpected way. And it just taught me that life is not just about pressure or pressurizing yourself. Somebody used to tell me that it's not about how far, it's about how well. I was watching a video by Mr. Beast where I think the recent video about the 5 million, is it, sorry, 500 million, 500 million subscribers or so, where he had to invite some YouTubers, and some of them came playing games and some were eliminated. About two or three people were made it to the finals, but they'll just have to pick one person. And in that competition, they were asked to do, is it a Minecraft, like something like a craft, something like a house or so. And they asked the two people who were there, and the two people said they've done about 2000 crafts, and the other man was like he hasn't done any. And guess who won? It was actually the person that has none, that have not done anything. So the person made it to the finals. And it just taught me that it's not just about like, it's not about if you are qualified. Like, sometimes it's not good to like see yourself as, oh, I'm not sure I'm qualified for it, let me just leave it. It's good to like apply if you feel like you want to. It's good to like put energy, because sometimes you don't know if the company is actually looking for someone like you, but you just had to hold yourself and tell yourself that, oh, you cannot do it, oh, you cannot do it. All the jobs I've done in my life has taught me, has given me so much knowledge. Like, even if they were not what I wanted to do. But I did the first job I did, I keep upgrading. So all the jobs I keep upgrading, from cook to receptionist, from receptionist to this to that one, that one. Like, it was just all about upgrade. It's just when I was working as that security, I was trying to like communicate with people. I wasn't asking for tips like the way other people do. I was asking for opportunity. So even if the job you are doing now is not something that, let's say you don't have a job, for an instance, you don't have a job now and you're looking for any job, I will advise you go for a job where you'll be able to communicate with people, because from that communication, you'll be able to see people. Anyways, as I was saying, because I don't know, my storage is full. My iPhone is always, iPhone just have a problem with storage. Anyways, I believe I was able to say something that could be helpful for you. Like I was saying in the other video, I was saying that make sure you go for jobs where you'll be able to communicate with people, and not jobs that will separate you from people, but a job that will bring you closer to people, where you'll be able to get a better and better and better job, because that is how I have been. If not for where I was working before, I am not sure I'll be in this opportunity that I am. So anyways, if you made it to this, if you made it to this video, I wish my flower is here, but let me use this one for you. I'll give you this flower because you deserve it. Thank you for staying with me, and cheers. Have a lovely day, and don't forget to subscribe for more and more and more, because this is my journey that I'm documenting, and I wish I can carry